Welcome to our channel, USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about Washington quarter dollar, United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. Have you ever held a 2021 Washington quarter in your hands and thought, could this be worth thousands? Most people spend these coins without a second thought, but hidden among them are rare gems that could change your life. That's right, a single 2021 Washington quarter from a proof set has been discovered with an extraordinary value, and if you find one, you could be looking at a payday of $22,000 to $35,000. This is not just a dream, these rare coins are out there, and today, we're diving into everything you need to know about them. The 2021 Washington quarter holds a special place in modern coinage, not only because of its design but also due to the unique variations and minting errors that make some of them incredibly valuable. While millions of these quarters were struck for circulation, a select few were minted to the highest standards in special proof sets. And here's where things get interesting. Some of these proof coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, even though Philadelphia does not usually produce proof coins. That rarity alone makes them highly desirable, but there's more. What truly sets these coins apart is the quality of the strike and the sharpness of the details. Proof coins are minted using specially prepared dies and polished planchets, giving them a deep mirror-like finish with razor-sharp details. If you come across a 2021 Washington quarter that looks unlike anything else in your collection, you need to examine it closely. The difference between an ordinary quarter and one worth tens of thousands lies in the quality and origin of the coin. But what makes this coin reach such an unbelievable value? It all comes down to the rarity and demand among collectors. The 2021 Washington quarter from a proof set is an anomaly, a coin that shouldn't technically exist in high numbers but somehow made its way into collectors' hands. And when something this rare surfaces, prices skyrocket. Coin grading services have confirmed that only a handful of these coins exist in top grades, making them incredibly sought after. Now, if you're wondering whether you could have one of these valuable quarters in your collection, here's what to look for. First, check for the sharp details and mirrored surfaces that are characteristic of proof coins. Then, locate the Mintmark. Philadelphia's Mintmark is key. If you have a 2021 quarter from a proof set, you could be sitting on a fortune. But to truly determine its value, you'll need to have it professionally graded. The highest graded examples have fetched staggering amounts at auction, proving that finding one of these quarters could be life-changing. Imagine walking into a coin shop or an auction house and hearing that your quarter is worth $22,000 to $35,000. That's the reality for those who have discovered this hidden treasure. Collectors and investors alike are hunting for these rare proof quarters, driving the prices higher and higher. If you have one, you're holding a piece of modern numismatic history, and you might just be holding your ticket to an incredible payday. So, before you spend your change or overlook that small stack of coins in your drawer, take a closer look. That 2021 Washington quarter you thought was just another coin could be the key to a massive windfall. Check your proof sets, search your collections, and keep your eyes open. You never know when you might strike gold in the form of a simple quarter. Top 2. Imagine stumbling upon a simple 1971 Washington quarter and realizing it could be worth a life-changing fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these quarters, hidden in collections or even forgotten in old proof sets, are commanding jaw-dropping prices in the coin collecting world. If you've got a sharp eye and a bit of luck, you could be holding a coin that collectors are willing to pay between $29,000 and $39,000 for. Let's dive deep into the fascinating story of the 1971 Washington quarter from a proof set and uncover why it holds such an extraordinary value. Many people think of quarters as just everyday pocket change, but certain rare varieties have the potential to turn an average collector into a serious investor. This particular quarter isn't your regular circulation coin. No, it comes from a special proof set, crafted with precision and struck for collectors rather than everyday transactions. But what makes it stand out? What hidden features turn an ordinary proof coin into a numismatic treasure? Let's break it down. The 1971 Washington quarter proof coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, And unlike standard business strike coins, these proofs were created using specially polished dies and planchets to give them a mirror-like finish. These proof quarters were never meant to be spent like regular quarters. Rather, they were packaged in sets and sold to collectors. However, among these proof quarters, a select few have become incredibly valuable, and for good reason. The key to their high value lies in their rarity, condition, and demand. Only a small number of these proof quarters exist in pristine, top-tier condition. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for flawless examples graded by top-tier services, and when one of these ultra-high-grade coins appears on the market, bidding wars can drive the price through the roof. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some proof coins were struck with exceptional sharpness and near-perfect surfaces, earning the coveted deep cameo designation. These coins have an extreme contrast between their frosted design elements and mirror-like backgrounds, making them visually stunning. The rarer the deep cameo proof quarter in pristine condition, the more it skyrockets in value. Now let's talk numbers, the part everyone is waiting for. If you happen to own one of these 1971 Washington quarter proof coins in an ultra-high grade with deep cameo contrast, you're looking at potential values reaching between $29,000 and $39,000. Imagine turning a simple proof set coin into a five-figure payday. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable proof quarters? The first step is to check if your coin comes from a proof set and is in top-notch condition. Next, consider getting it professionally graded by a reputable grading service to determine its true market value. Remember, condition is everything when it comes to proof coins. Scratches, marks, or dull surfaces can drastically reduce their worth. The bottom line? The 1971 Washington quarter proof coin from the Philadelphia Mint isn't just another quarter. It's a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting, with the potential to bring in serious money. If you have old proof sets lying around, it's time to take a closer look. You never know, you might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Top 3. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out a quarter, and realizing that this tiny piece of change could be worth a life-changing fortune. That's right. There's a Washington quarter from 1966 that collectors are desperately searching for, and if you're lucky enough to have one, you could be holding on to tens of thousands of dollars without even realizing it. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most valuable Washington quarters out there, the 1966 quarter from a proof set, an actual coin that has sold for jaw-dropping prices at auction. So, before you spend that loose change, you might want to take a closer look, because this one could be worth way more than just 25 cents. Now, let's talk about why this specific quarter is such a big deal. The 1966 Washington quarter comes from a time when the United States Mint was making some significant changes to its coinage. Silver had been removed from quarters just the year before, in 1965, which meant collectors were on high alert for rare varieties, mint errors, and anything unusual from this transitional period. While most quarters from 1966 were struck for everyday circulation, there were special proof-like versions produced under unique conditions, and these are the ones that have driven collectors wild. Unlike the standard quarters you find in pocket change, this particular coin comes from a special proof set, meaning it was struck with highly polished dies and special planchets to achieve an incredibly sharp, mirror-like finish. The details on these coins are crisp, the fields are ultra-reflective, and they stand out immediately when compared to regular circulation quarters. However, what makes this coin truly valuable isn't just its proof-like appearance, it's the fact that an actual coin from this rare category has been sold at staggering prices in auctions. Condition is everything when it comes to determining a coin's value. The highest grade coins, often referred to as mint state or proof 67 and above, are the ones that bring in the big money. Even a slight imperfection can drop a coin's value significantly, so collectors and grading companies pay close attention to every little detail. The 1966 Washington quarter from a proof set, when preserved in pristine condition, can fetch unbelievable amounts at auction. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the real numbers. A verified, high-grade specimen of this rare 1966 Washington quarter has sold for an astonishing amount, with prices reaching from $39,000 to $69,000. Yes, you heard that right. A simple quarter, something most people wouldn't think twice about, has commanded prices that could buy you a luxury car or even a house in some places. So, what does this mean for you? It means that if you ever come across a Washington quarter from 1966, especially one with an exceptionally high-quality strike, proof-like surfaces, or an unusual minting characteristic, you should have it checked immediately. Get it graded, get it appraised, and who knows, you could be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it. If this has you rushing to check your coin collection or digging through your change jar, you're not alone. Many collectors and treasure hunters are constantly searching for these rare and valuable coins, hoping to strike gold with a simple 25-cent piece. So, before you spend that quarter, take a closer look. It just might be the key to a life-changing payday. Top 4. The 1977 Washington quarter from the Philadelphia Mint may seem like just another coin in your pocket. But what if I told you that a rare version of this coin has sold for an unbelievable amount of money? That's right, hidden among ordinary change, there's a rare and highly valuable 1977 quarter that could make you thousands of dollars richer. So, before you spend that loose change, you might want to check if you have this valuable coin in your hands. Because if you do, you could be holding on to a true fortune. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, featuring the iconic portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan. Over the years, millions of these coins have been minted, but some stand out due to their rarity, condition, and unique features. Among them, the 1977 quarter from the Philadelphia Mint holds a special place, especially if it comes from a proof set, because that's where the real money is. Normally, proof coins are struck with special dies, giving them a mirror-like finish, and are only meant for collectors. However, rare cases exist where these proof-quality coins were mistakenly released into circulation or struck in a way that makes them incredibly valuable to collectors. The 1977 quarter with such characteristics has commanded staggering prices at auctions, and collectors are always on the lookout for one in pristine condition. The key to determining whether your 1977 quarter is valuable lies in a few important factors. First, look for the mint mark, or in this case, the absence of one. Philadelphia minted quarters from this year do not have a mint mark, which means if you have a 1977 quarter with no small letter under the date, you could be on the right track. Next, pay attention to the condition of the coin. The highest value is given to coins in uncirculated or proof-like condition, with sharp details and a flawless surface. But what makes this coin truly special is its connection to the proof set. Some quarters struck with proof dies ended up being released in circulation, and these are the ones collectors dream of finding. If your 1977 quarter has an unusually sharp strike, deep mirror-like surfaces, or frosted features on Washington's profile, you may have stumbled upon a numismatic treasure. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. The price. Imagine checking your coin jar and discovering that you've been carrying around a coin that's worth a fortune. That's exactly what happened when rare versions of the 1977 Philadelphia quarter were put up for auction. The highest recorded sales have stunned collectors, with this rare proof-like quarter selling for an incredible $33,000 to $61,000. That's a life-changing amount of money for a single coin. So, the next time you come across a 1977 Washington quarter, take a closer look. It might just be one of the rarest and most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might just be holding a small fortune in your pocket. Top 5. Imagine stumbling upon a single coin that could change your life overnight. A simple Washington quarter from 1968, yet it's not just any quarter. This one is special, rare, and worth an absolute fortune. Most people would spend it without a second thought, tossing it into a vending machine or handing it over for pocket change. But what if I told you that a specific version of this coin has sold for jaw-dropping amounts, reaching as high as $71,000? Yes, you heard that right. That little piece of metal sitting in a proof set could be hiding a fortune. Now, before you go rushing to check your collection, Let's break it all down. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, but not every quarter is created equal. When it comes to the 1968 Washington quarter, there's a very specific version that collectors are hunting for, one that has left even seasoned numismatists in awe. It's the proof quarter, but not just any proof quarter. This one carries a crucial detail that makes it stand out. If you have a proof set from 1968, pay close attention. Look carefully at the coin inside, because if it's missing something important, you might be looking at a treasure. Most proof quarters from this year were minted in San Francisco, and they come with a small but noticeable S mint mark. However, a rare error occurred where a few of these proof quarters were struck without the mint mark. This mistake wasn't supposed to happen. Proof coins are specially made for collectors, with extra care and precision, so missing a mint mark is an extremely unusual error. And that's exactly why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for this elusive mistake. So, how do you know if you have the right coin? First, check if your quarter is a proof coin. Proof coins have a mirror-like finish, with sharp details and a deep contrast between the raised design and the background. If your 1968 Washington quarter has this stunning reflective surface but is missing the S mint mark, then congratulations, you could be holding an incredibly valuable coin. Now, let's talk about the numbers, because this is where it gets truly exciting. The value of a missing mint mark proof quarter depends on its condition, and collectors are always looking for coins in the best possible shape. A high-grade example of this rare error coin has sold for as much as $43,000. But that's not even the highest price ever recorded. One of the finest known examples reached an astonishing $71,000 at auction. Yes, $71,000 for a single quarter. That's more than enough to buy a brand new luxury car, take a dream vacation, or even make a down payment on a house, all from a 25-cent piece that most people would overlook. If you're wondering how rare this coin really is, let me tell you, only a handful of them have ever been discovered, making it one of the most sought-after Washington quarters in existence. The rarity combined with the demand among serious collectors is what drives the price sky high. And here's the kicker, more of these rare quarters could still be out there, sitting untouched in old proof sets, waiting to be found. So, if you have a proof set from 1968, it's time to dig it out and take a close look. Don't just glance at it, examine it under good lighting, use a magnifying glass if needed, and make sure you check for that missing mint mark. Because if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Keep searching, because you never know when you might hit the jackpot.